I'm Gene Williams. I've been with Trimac almost 34 years. I started with Trimac at branch 11 in Calgary. Been with there at about 6 years. And then I moved to Kamloops, British Columbia. I was in an operations manager role with the wood chip branch, and then moved to the cement branch. I was there about 5 years and moved up to Prince George as a branch manager and was there about 3 years. And after that, I went down to Rapid City, South Dakota for about 15 years, and I was a branch manager there. And then I did about 5 years as a region manager. And as we reorganized the business down in the United States, went back as a branch manager, and then moved down to San Antonio about 5 years ago, and was a branch manager, now an area manager in the San Antonio area, and look after about 6 locations in Texas. Approximately 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with an end-stage liver disease. We were doing some health screening at Trimac, and they noticed that there was some levels or liver enzymes that were really high, so they suggested that I get that checked out. I went to a GI specialist. He said that I have this disease called primary sclerosing cholangitis, and I said, well, what's that? And he said, it's an end-stage liver disease where your body, your autoimmune system is attacking itself, is attacking your liver. He says, we don't know what causes that, but we do want to monitor it because it could go quickly, and the only cure for it is a liver transplant. So at that time, I was feeling pretty good. I was playing hockey twice a week, and I was pretty active. And to hear that, it just didn't fit. So basically what I did is they monitored me. They got me in touch with the transplant hospital, so they got to know me. And this GI doctor was excellent, so he really dug into everything. He monitored me, and a couple of years later, I was starting to notice the effects of the disease, and I had to have a gallbladder surgery because they were concerned that they seen some polyps in the gallbladder. Their concern is could turn into cancer. So they monitored that. They said you need to have your gallbladder removed. So in January of 16, I had to have this surgery. Well, when I got out of surgery, the liver really didn't like being put under anesthesia, and it caused it to start to progress or fail quicker. So we fast forward to September of 17, and I had to have another surgery where they had obstruction in the small intestine. And after that surgery, the liver basically was in a downward spiral. So what happened is, as the liver's failing, it causes your body to fill up with fluid because it's not processing it's not functioning properly. So what happened then is I had to get drained of fluid twice a week out of my abdomen, and it caused they were getting 3 to 5 liters every time. And how they measure when you get a liver transplant is called a MELD score. So what they did is they would do labs once every 2 or 3 weeks and measure where this MELD score was. And after the surgery in September, it really started to go downhill. And by the end of November of last year, it was to a point where I could qualify to get on the transplant list. So we went to the doctors and did all the tests, and they proceeded to put me on the list. There was a lot of help that was through Kara and the HR team that really helped get that approved and processed through the insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and helped just streamline it. So they were a big help. So I got on the list, and in January I was getting a lot sicker. I was still working, but by the end of January, we got to a point where I needed to go in the hospital, because you have to watch if you get infection or any sickness, they'll take you off the transplant list. So I was getting a little bit of a fever, got into the hospital. They basically monitored me, got me on antibiotics. And at that point, I was a fairly high score. So I was fairly high in the San Antonio region. But what happened is the fluid got into my lung on my right side, and it collapsed my lung and was infected. So they said, we have to do lung surgery. This was near the end of February. And after the lung surgery, which is a very high-risk surgery, it was something that they were concerned about, whether I would survive the lung surgery. But I did, and I know at this time there was many people praying and just lifting me up in their positive thoughts and prayers, and the support that I got was incredible. And so I had the lung surgery, and I came out of it pretty good. They suspended me while I did the lung surgery off the transplant list. And then I got out of there March 5th, and I got back to the transplant hospital because they had to do it at another hospital. So back at the transplant hospital, I was as high as you could go on the list, on the MELD score, which they measure. And they were pretty concerned. I didn't have a lot of time left. And fortunately, on March 8th, they come and told me that I had a transplant, or a liver available. So March 10th, they did the operation, and everything went very well. At that time, you know, just before the transplant, it was pretty dire. There's a picture that I'm going to show during this interview, just to show you that there was not a lot of time left, and that tells a big story right there. But what got me through it was the people's emails, text messages, and if I couldn't read them, my family read them to me, and that encouraged me. That got me through the hardest parts, and several of them I would read quite often and over again, because that showed that I was, you know, people were concerned and praying for me, and I felt very humbled by that. And the support I got through Trimac and the Trimac family was incredible. I had people that emailed me and were supporting with text messages, and emailed me from Kamloops, Prince George, Calgary, all over the country. And they were people I hadn't seen for 25 years. And it was quite amazing. They had drivers, mechanics, and all parts of our business. They were reaching out to me. So it was quite a humbling experience. But that's what got me through. God honored those prayers, and it was an amazing journey. Don't recommend it to anybody, but it was an amazing journey. And we're still recovering. We're still going through some bumps in the road. Recently, I was in the hospital in September because there was some liver rejection going on, and found out they had to put a stent in the bioduct. Found out that my old liver had cancer tumor in it, which I didn't know. And the timing of me getting the liver was amazing, because it was, if it was any longer, they said that the cancer would have killed me. So I'm here. I got every day is a new day. I'm fortunate that you know, I have a new birthday. It's March 10th, and I'm pretty fortunate to be here. And I couldn't have done it without all the support and prayers of Trimac and the people in Trimac. And it's truly an amazing family and group of people here. what I would strongly suggest or recommend, and someone, a 21-year-old male, became an organ donor, and he gave me my life back. So I would strongly suggest that everybody sign their donor card, because people need help, they need organs, and I'm one of those recipients. So I'm just amazed at the graciousness of other people and the kindness, and also amazed at how God gave me a second chance, and it was through the doctors, the people praying, and it strengthened my faith, and it strengthened my new outlook on life. And I try to just take one day at a time and really look at what's important, and relationships are important, and love and respect, and treating people how you want to be treated. And I haven't always done that, but I definitely I'm trying to do it more and more as time goes on. So I want to thank everybody for their support, and appreciate it. Thank you.